Doux
Sweet
comme du
as honey. Sweet as honey.
Doux comme du miel.
Sweet as honey. Fast as lightning. Fast as lightning.
Rapide comme l'éclair.
Fast as lightning. Clear as crystal. Clear as crystal.
Clair comme de l'eau de roche.
Clear as crystal. Proud as a cockerel. Proud as a cockerel.
Fier comme un coq.
Proud as a cockerel. Brave as a lion. Brave as a lion.
Courageux comme un lion.
Brave as a lion. Calm as a river. Calm as a river.
Calme comme une rivière.
Calm as a river. Fresh as a morning breeze. Fresh as a morning breeze.
Frais comme une brise matinale.
Fresh as a morning breeze. Strong as an ox. Strong as an ox.
Fort comme un bœuf.
Strong as an ox. Bright as a star. Bright as a star.
Brillant comme une étoile.
Bright as a star. Agile as a monkey. Agile as a monkey.
Agile comme un singe.
Agile as a monkey. Gentle as a lamb. Gentle as a lamb.
Doux comme un agneau.
Gentle as a lamb. Silent as the grave. Silent as the grave.
Silencieux comme une tombe.
Silent as the grave. Cunning as a monkey. Cunning as a monkey.
Malin comme un singe.
Cunning as a monkey. Hot as hell. Hot as hell.
Chaud comme les enfers.
Hot as hell. Cold as ice. Cold as ice.
Froid comme la glace.
Cold as ice. Soft as velvet. Soft as velvet.
Doux comme du velours.
Soft as velvet. Soft as cotton. Soft as cotton.
Doux comme du coton.
Soft as cotton. Light as a feather. Light as a feather.
Léger comme une plume.
Light as a feather. Deaf as a post. Deaf as a post.
Sourde comme un pot.
Deaf as a post. White as snow. White as snow.
Blanc comme neige.
White as snow. Quick as a squirrel. Quick as a squirrel.
Vif comme un écureuil.
Quick as a squirrel. Happy as a clam. Happy as a clam.
Heureux comme un poisson dans l'eau.
Happy as a clam. Clear as day. Clear as day.
Clair comme le jour.
Clear as day. Dark as night. Dark as night.
Sombre comme la nuit.
Dark as night. Slow as a snail. Slow as a snail.
Lent comme un escargot.
Slow as a snail. Hard as a rock. Hard as a rock.
Dur comme du roc.
Hard as a rock. Small as a mouse. Small as a mouse.
Petit comme une souris.
Small as a mouse. Tall as a giant. Tall as a giant.
Grand comme un géant.
Tall as a giant. Strong as a lion. Strong as a lion.
Fort comme un lion.
Strong as a lion. Safe as houses. Safe as houses.
Sûr comme un coffre-fort.
Safe as houses. Mad as a hatter. Mad as a hatter.
Fou comme un lièvre.
Mad as a hatter. Fresh as a rose. Fresh as a rose.
Frais comme une rose.
Fresh as a rose. Sweet as chocolate. Sweet as chocolate.
Doux comme du chocolat.
Sweet as chocolate. Bitter as gall. Bitter as gall.
Amer comme la bile.
Bitter as gall. Dirty as a pig. Dirty as a pig.
Sale comme un cochon.
Dirty as a pig. Rich as Croesus. Rich as Croesus.
Riche comme Crésus.
Rich as Croesus. Poor as Job. Poor as Job.
Pauvre comme Job.
Poor as Job. Sharp. Sharp.
Clairvoyant comme un aigle.
Sharp. Fierce as a tiger. Fierce as a tiger.
Féroce comme un tigre.
Fierce as a tiger. Agile as a cat. Agile as a cat.
Agile comme un chat.
Agile as a cat. Silent as a fish. Silent as a fish.
Muette comme une carpe.
Silent as a fish. Sweet as sugar. Sweet as sugar.
Douce comme du sucre.
Sweet as sugar. Pale as a sheet. Pale as a sheet.
Pâle comme un linge.
Pale as a sheet. Red as a poppy. Red as a poppy.
Rouge comme un coquelicot.
Red as a poppy. Black as coal. Black as coal.
Noir comme du charbon.
Black as coal. Slow as molasses. Slow as molasses.
Lent comme un escargot.
Slow as molasses. Sharp as a knife. Sharp as a knife.
Pointu comme un couteau.
Sharp as a knife. Heavy as an elephant. Heavy as an elephant.
Lourd comme un éléphant.
Heavy as an elephant. Clear as crystal. Clear as crystal.
Clair comme le cristal.
Clear as crystal. Sweet as a melody. Sweet as a melody.
Douce comme une mélodie.
Sweet as a melody. Quick as a flash. Quick as a flash.
Rapide comme l'éclair.
Quick as a flash. Round as a ball. Round as a ball.
Rond comme une balle.
Round as a ball. Flat as a pancake. Flat as a pancake.
Plat comme une crêpe.
Flat as a pancake. Hard as iron. Hard as iron.
Dur comme du fer.
Hard as iron. Stubborn as a mule. Stubborn as a mule.
Têtu comme une mule.
Stubborn as a mule. Strong as a rock. Strong as a rock.
Fort comme un roc.
Strong as a rock. Small as a pea. Small as a pea.
Petit comme un pois.
Small as a pea. Tall as a tree. Tall as a tree.
Grand comme un arbre.
Tall as a tree. Cold as ice. Cold as ice.
Froid comme la glace.
Cold as ice. Hot as coal. Hot as coal.
Chaud comme la braise.
Hot as coal. Dirty as a comb. Dirty as a comb.
Sale comme un peigne.
Dirty as a comb. Clean as a whistle. Clean as a whistle.
Propre comme un sous-neuf.
Clean as a whistle. White as a sheet. White as a sheet.
Blanc comme un linge.
White as a sheet. Black as ink. Black as ink.
Noir comme de l'encre.
Black as ink. Clear as crystal. Clear as crystal.
Clair comme de l'eau de roche.
Clear as crystal. Bitter as death. Bitter as death.
Amer comme la mort.
Bitter as death. Soft as silk. Soft as silk.
Douce comme la soie.
Soft as silk. Gentle as a lamb. Gentle as a lamb.
Doux comme un agneau.
Gentle as a lamb. Cunning as a monkey. Cunning as a monkey.
Malin comme un singe.
Cunning as a monkey. Light as air. Light as air.
Léger comme l'air.
Light as air. Hard as stone. Hard as stone.
Dur comme la pierre.
Hard as stone. Pale as a corpse. Pale as a corpse.
Pâle comme un cadavre.
Pale as a corpse. Red as a tomato. Red as a tomato.
Rouge comme une tomate.
Red as a tomato. Green as a leek. Green as a leek.
Vert comme un poireau.
Green as a leek. Blue as the sky. Blue as the sky.
Bleu comme le ciel.
Blue as the sky. Yellow as a lemon. Yellow as a lemon.
Jaune comme un citron.
Yellow as a lemon. Gray as a mouse. Gray as a mouse.
Gris comme un souris.
Gray as a mouse. Pink as a peony. Pink as a peony.
Rose comme une pivoine.
Pink as a peony. Sweet as honey. Sweet as honey.
Doux comme du miel.
Sweet as honey. Sweet as sugar. Sweet as sugar.
Doux comme du sucre.
Sweet as sugar. Mad as a March hare. Mad as a March hare.
Fou comme une huche.
Mad as a March hare. Dirty as a pig. Dirty as a pig.
Sale comme un cochon.
Dirty as a pig. Soft as a kitten. Soft as a kitten.
Doux comme un chaton.
Soft as a kitten. Heavy as a bull. Heavy as a bull.
Lourd comme un bœuf.
Heavy as a bull. Clear as a bell. Clear as a bell.
Clair comme un sous-neuf.
Clear as a bell. Pale as a ghost. Pale as a ghost.
Pâle comme un linge.
Pale as a ghost. Clear as crystal. Clear as crystal.
Clair comme du cristal.
Clear as crystal. Bright as a star. Bright as a star.
Brillant comme une étoile.
Bright as a star. Soft as a kiss. Soft as a kiss.
Doux comme un baiser.
Soft as a kiss. Dark as night. Dark as night.
Sombre comme la nuit.
Dark as night. Hot as fire. Hot as fire.
Chaud comme la braise.
Hot as fire. Fresh as a daisy. Fresh as a daisy.
Frais comme une rose.
Fresh as a daisy. Quick as lightning. Quick as lightning.
Vif comme l'éclair.
Quick as lightning. Light as a feather. Light as a feather.
Léger comme une plume.
Light as a feather. Round as a ball. Round as a ball.
Rond comme une boule.
Round as a ball. Flat as a pancake. Flat as a pancake.
Plat comme une crêpe.
Flat as a pancake. Sharp as a needle. Sharp as a needle.
Pointu comme une flèche.
Sharp as a needle. Gentle as a lamb. Gentle as a lamb.
Doux comme un agneau.
Gentle as a lamb. Slow as a snail. Slow as a snail.
Lent comme un escargot.
Slow as a snail. Hot as a torch. Hot as a torch.
Chaud comme une torche.
Hot as a torch. Pale as a corpse. Pale as a corpse.
Pâle comme un cadavre.
Pale as a corpse. White as snow. White as snow.
Blanc comme neige.
White as snow. Black as ink. Black as ink.
Noir comme de l'encre.
Black as ink. Green as grass. Green as grass.
Vert comme l'herbe.
Green as grass. Blue as the sea. Blue as the sea.
Bleu comme la mer.
Blue as the sea. Yellow as gold. Yellow as gold.
Jaune comme l'or.
Yellow as gold. Gray as a mouse. Gray as a mouse.
Gris comme un souris.
Gray as a mouse. Pink as a flower. Pink as a flower.
Rose comme une fleur.
Pink as a flower. Hot as the sun. Hot as the sun.
Chaud comme le soleil.
Hot as the sun. As fresh as a daisy. As fresh as a daisy.
Aussi frais qu'une marguerite.
As fresh as a daisy. Faster than a galloping horse. Faster than a galloping horse.
Plus rapide qu'un cheval au galop.
Faster than a galloping horse. Deafer than a post. Deafer than a post.
Plus sourd qu'un pot.
Deafer than a post. Sweeter than honey. Sweeter than honey.
Plus doux qu'un miel.
Sweeter than honey. As light as a feather. As light as a feather.
Aussi léger qu'une plume.
As light as a feather. Older than the hills. Older than the hills.
Plus vieux que les collines.
Older than the hills. As quick as lightning. As quick as lightning.
Aussi rapide qu'un éclair.
As quick as lightning. Sweeter than a dream. Sweeter than a dream.
Plus doux qu'un rêve.
Sweeter than a dream. Smarter than a monkey. Smarter than a monkey.
Plus malin qu'un singe.
Smarter than a monkey. As bright as a star. As bright as a star.
Aussi brillant qu'une étoile.
As bright as a star. Stubborner than a mule. Stubborner than a mule.
Plus têtu qu'une mule.
Stubborner than a mule. Deeper than an ocean. Deeper than an ocean.
Plus profond qu'un océan.
Deeper than an ocean. As green as an apple. As green as an apple.
Aussi vert qu'une pomme.
As green as an apple. Colder than an ice cube. Colder than an ice cube.
Plus froid qu'un glaçon.
Colder than an ice cube. Stronger than a storm. Stronger than a storm.
Plus fort qu'une tempête.
Stronger than a storm. As gentle as a breeze. As gentle as a breeze.
Aussi doux qu'une brise.
As gentle as a breeze. Gentler than a lamb. Gentler than a lamb.
Plus doux qu'un agneau.
Gentler than a lamb. Hotter than an oven. Hotter than an oven.
Plus chaud qu'un four.
Hotter than an oven. As clear as crystal. As clear as crystal.
Aussi clair qu'un cristal.
As clear as crystal. Lighter than a feather. Lighter than a feather.
Plus léger qu'une plume.
Lighter than a feather. Faster than a flash. Faster than a flash.
Plus rapide qu'un éclair.
Faster than a flash. More agile than a cat. More agile than a cat.
Plus agile qu'un chat.
More agile than a cat. As light as a cloud. As light as a cloud.
Aussi léger qu'un nuage.
As light as a cloud. Darker than a moonless night. Darker than a moonless night.
Plus sombre qu'une nuit sans lune.
Darker than a moonless night. Softer than a hug. Softer than a hug.
Plus doux qu'un câlin.
Softer than a hug. Taller than a mountain. Taller than a mountain.
Plus haut qu'une montagne.
Taller than a mountain. As bright as a pearl. As bright as a pearl.
Aussi brillant qu'une perle.
As bright as a pearl. Finer than a hair. Finer than a hair.
Plus fin qu'un cheveu.
Finer than a hair. Brighter than a diamond. Brighter than a diamond.
Plus brillant qu'un diamant.
Brighter than a diamond. Softer than a summer rain. Softer than a summer rain.
Plus doux qu'une pluie d'été.
Softer than a summer rain. As bright as a sun. As bright as a sun.
Aussi lumineux qu'un soleil.
As bright as a sun. Blacker than a raven. Blacker than a raven.
Plus noir qu'un corbeau.
Blacker than a raven. Wiser than an owl. Wiser than an owl.
Plus sage qu'une chouette.
Wiser than an owl. As red as a tomato. As red as a tomato.
Aussi rouge qu'une tomate.
As red as a tomato. Cleaner than a new penny. Cleaner than a new penny.
Plus propre qu'un sou neuf.
Cleaner than a new penny. Heavier than an elephant. Heavier than an elephant.
Plus lourd qu'un éléphant.
Heavier than an elephant. As sharp as lightning. As sharp as lightning.
Aussi vif qu'un éclair.
As sharp as lightning. Finer than a spider's web. Finer than a spider's web.
Plus fin qu'une toile d'araignée.
Finer than a spider's web. Wider than an ocean. Wider than an ocean.
Plus large qu'un océan.
Wider than an ocean. More sour than a lemon. More sour than a lemon.
Plus aigre qu'un citron.
More sour than a lemon. As sweet as candy. As sweet as candy.
Aussi doux qu'un bonbon.
As sweet as candy. Sharper than a razor. Sharper than a razor.
Plus aiguisé qu'une lame de rasoir.
Sharper than a razor. Fresher than morning dew. Fresher than morning dew.
Plus frais qu'une rosée du matin.
Fresher than morning dew. Higher than a kite. Higher than a kite.
Plus haut qu'un cerf-volant.
Higher than a kite. As soft as a caress. As soft as a caress.
Aussi doux qu'une caresse.
As soft as a caress. Warmer than a campfire. Warmer than a campfire.
Plus chaud qu'un feu de camp.
Warmer than a campfire. Taller than a giraffe. Taller than a giraffe.
Plus grand qu'une girafe.
Taller than a giraffe. Deafer than a door. Deafer than a door.
Aussi sourd qu'une porte.
Deafer than a door. Cooler than a waterfall. Cooler than a waterfall.
Plus frais qu'une cascade.
Cooler than a waterfall. Bitterer than chicory. Bitterer than chicory.
Plus amer qu'une endive.
Bitterer than chicory. As slow as a snail. As slow as a snail.
Aussi lent qu'un escargot.
As slow as a snail. Softer than a whisper. Softer than a whisper.
Plus doux qu'un souffle.
Softer than a whisper. Older than a dinosaur. Older than a dinosaur.
Plus vieux qu'un dinosaure.
Older than a dinosaur. As swift as a shooting star. As swift as a shooting star.
Aussi vif qu'une étoile filante.
As swift as a shooting star. Fiercer than a tiger. Fiercer than a tiger.
Plus féroce qu'un tigre.
Fiercer than a tiger. Sweeter than a hello. Sweeter than a hello.
Plus doux qu'un bonjour.
Sweeter than a hello. Spicier than a pepper. Spicier than a pepper.
Plus piquant qu'un poivre.
Spicier than a pepper. As fragile as a flower. As fragile as a flower.
Aussi fragile qu'une fleur.
As fragile as a flower. Smaller than an ant. Smaller than an ant.
Plus petit qu'une fourmi.
Smaller than an ant. Fresher than a sea breeze. Fresher than a sea breeze.
Plus frais qu'une brise marine.
Fresher than a sea breeze. Hotter than an Indian summer. Hotter than an Indian summer.
Plus chaud qu'un été indien.
Hotter than an Indian summer. As dark as a starless night. As dark as a starless night.
Aussi sombre qu'une nuit sans étoiles.
As dark as a starless night. Whiter than a ghost. Whiter than a ghost.
Plus blanc qu'un fantôme.
Whiter than a ghost. Hotter than a summer day. Hotter than a summer day.
Plus chaud qu'une journée d'été.
Hotter than a summer day. As nimble as a monkey. As nimble as a monkey.
Aussi agile qu'un singe.
As nimble as a monkey. Brighter than a morning star. Brighter than a morning star.
Plus éclatant qu'une étoile du matin.
Brighter than a morning star. Crazier than a dormouse. Crazier than a dormouse.
Plus fou qu'un loir.
Crazier than a dormouse. As silent as a fish. As silent as a fish.
Aussi muet qu'un poisson.
As silent as a fish. Softer than moonlight. Softer than moonlight.
Plus doux qu'un rayon de lune.
Softer than moonlight. Stronger than a bull. Stronger than a bull.
Plus fort qu'un taureau.
Stronger than a bull. As lively as a flame. As lively as a flame.
Aussi vif qu'une flamme.
As lively as a flame. Softer than a hug. Softer than a hug.
Plus doux qu'un câlin.
Softer than a hug. Wider than an ocean. Wider than an ocean.
Plus vaste qu'un océan.
Wider than an ocean. As bright as a lighthouse. As bright as a lighthouse.
Aussi lumineux qu'un phare.
As bright as a lighthouse. Dumber than a goose. Dumber than a goose.
Plus bête qu'une oie.
Dumber than a goose. As cold as an iceberg. As cold as an iceberg.
Aussi froid qu'un iceberg.
As cold as an iceberg. Wilder than a wolf. Wilder than a wolf.
Plus sauvage qu'un loup.
Wilder than a wolf. As dry as a desert. As dry as a desert.
Aussi sec qu'un désert.
As dry as a desert. Gentler than a lullaby. Gentler than a lullaby.
Plus doux qu'une berceuse.
Gentler than a lullaby. As white as a sheet. As white as a sheet.
Aussi blanc qu'un linge.
As white as a sheet. Deafer than a mole. Deafer than a mole.
Plus sourd qu'une taupe.
Deafer than a mole. As agile as a cat. As agile as a cat.
Aussi agile qu'un félin.
As agile as a cat. Softer than a cloud. Softer than a cloud.
Plus doux qu'un nuage.
Softer than a cloud. Faster than a rocket. Faster than a rocket.
Plus rapide qu'une fusée.
Faster than a rocket. As light as a feather. As light as a feather.
Aussi léger qu'une plume.
As light as a feather. Brighter than a diamond. Brighter than a diamond.
Plus brillant qu'un diamant.
Brighter than a diamond. Taller than a skyscraper. Taller than a skyscraper.
Plus grand qu'un gratte-ciel.
Taller than a skyscraper. As fast as a cheetah. As fast as a cheetah.
Aussi rapide qu'un guépard.
As fast as a cheetah. Smaller than a grain of sand. Smaller than a grain of sand.
Plus petit qu'un grain de sable.
Smaller than a grain of sand.